हाँ मगर वो सुनो तो, तुमने तो, लेकिन मैं कब से क्या? मैं आकाश के यहाँ। हेलो।
The case of mid-budget films and whether or not even a positive word of mouth really motivates audiences to theatres continues this weekend with the Hindi releases, and with the odds stacked against Mili, as it is a remake of a popular Malayalam film that was lauded beyond Kerala. From the information that I understand, the year before the pandemic really solidified the notion within the Hindi film industry that proven storylines that have resonated with the public in a specific language, if recreated well, can do wonders in the Hindi-speaking belt. This has drastically changed post the pandemic, as information regarding the original source material has become way more widespread. A lot of people wonder why the original directors of such films even agree to do the Hindi remake, but this thought almost ignores the financial opportunity it gives to the same creators beyond just an increase in budget to tell the same story in a better way. Irrespective of the environment beyond the film and the assumptions that will be flung my way with this review, let's talk about the movie. Mili, an official remake of the Malayalam film Helen, focuses on a girl preparing for her IELTS exam, while balancing various jobs in the medical and service industry in order to provide for her family that includes a single father. The probability of a high-paying job and providing for her aging father motivates Mili to be laser-focused regarding her future. Unfortunately, during late working hours and a minor but catastrophic lapse in judgment, Mili gets stuck in the ice freezer of the restaurant she works at, and the journey that follows of the police case, figuring out her location and the path of human perseverance in dire circumstances forms the basic storyline of this film. Here's me telling you the good and bad aspects of the movie so that you guys can ultimately decide whether to watch Mili in theaters or not. Slow setup, diction and delivery. As you know the eventual and horrible circumstances that Mili finds herself in, you will definitely feel that the film is a slow-paced narrative in its first half. I mention this feature as this is also consistent with the original Malayalam film, but its intention is to establish not only the personality of Mili but the characters that she surrounds herself with on a daily basis. One might get frustrated in just the wide variety of characters that are being introduced, but the director has meticulously presented them in the screenplay so that each person may have a role in contributing to finding her in the concluding moments. The slow setup is intentional, especially to drive the unbreakable bond between the father and daughter. I mention this for those who felt it took time to get really interesting. Janhvi in my interaction had said that she feels that she has to still work on her dialogue delivery. There is still a raspy tone to her lines that has stayed consistent with her filmography. While it's no way as uncomfortable as it was in the initial films, the criticism is justified where a speech coach definitely needs to brush and tirelessly work with her on those skills, as this cannot be consistent for a mainstream actor who is given opportunities despite the frailties in her skill. What I was most skeptical about this film was the major portion of the movie where Mili is stuck in the ice freezer and whether Janhvi will be able to pull it off, and she surprisingly packs in a solid performance, especially when Mili is pushed to the limit physically and emotionally. Beautiful music and background score. One of the aspects of the Hindi remake that I believe is better than the original film is the music composed by A.R. Rahman and the beautiful lyrics penned down by Javed Akhtar. Sun E Mili and Tum Bhi Rahi have such a calm and soothing energy. You realize what a beautiful combination of great writing and musical skills this film concocted, and I'm surprised that most of the film reviewers have not spoken about the music. The best part, however, of the film is the background score integrated by A.R. Rahman in the emotional as well as nail-biting moments. There is this humming background score that especially highlights the father-daughter dynamic. In a moment where Manoj Pahwa is overwhelmed and disappointed in Mili, you see this glint of a tear appear as ARR integrates his magic, and this really enhances the quality of the film to be emotionally effective. The best song of the album, Jeena Hoga, really encapsulates the turmoil Mili has to persevere from, and they should definitely officially release that number because it's both heartbreaking and effective. There are several moments where the circumstances could have been entirely different and it just snatches that moment away from you. A brilliant case of staging and background music done right in several instances. The biggest demerit. The biggest flaw of Mili is that it is a remake. The case of thrillers being remade in Hindi in terms of quality can go either of two ways. Either you conjure up a surprise with your characterization and bring your own interpretation like Hrithik Roshan did in Vikram Vedha, and this piques the interest of the viewer in seeing something new. Or you have the case of Hit the First Case, which in the pursuit of wanting to surprise the audience, absolutely ruins a climax with the sole intention of providing a unique experience. But Mili sits bang in the middle because it's a scene-to-scene faithful remake of the original film. A lot of it having to do with the original director making it. There is nothing out of the ordinary for those who have seen the original film, and it only piques the interest of those who go with a clean slate. The case of popular thrillers being remade really needs to pack in a surprising punch that elevates the film beyond the original, and this is not the case with Mili. Exceptional supporting cast. I can't rave enough about the work done by the supporting cast of this film. One of the relationships that will really impact audiences the most, especially those who haven't seen the original, is the father-daughter dynamic in this film. It's heartfelt, cute, and really embodies a relationship whose foundation is so strong. Manoj Pahwa and his annoyance at seeing his daughter leave, the playful nature with which they pull each other's leg, and especially a father's nightmare of expecting the worst when in the pursuit to find his daughter, accounts for really impactful and emotional moments. Sunny Kaushal as Sameer, a protective boyfriend, has his moments where he really shines, especially when confronting the incompetent police force, making me also think that the man deserves a better canvas as there is so much untapped potential there. Anurag Arora as the frustrating figure of the police force will get on your nerves, so much so that you would want to beat the hell out of him. A testament to the great job that he has done in this film. Not to forget an absolutely fire cameo appearance that does just enough to even account for a mass moment in a film that is so rooted in its treatment. Janhvi Kapoor. The comparative analysis of Janhvi and Annaben is bound to happen with Mili. There is no doubt about the fact that Annaben is a far more nuanced actor than Janhvi, and she did prove exactly the same with Helen. Janhvi really owns in on the character of Mili in the scene she shares with Manoj Pahwa in the entire sequence in the ice freezer, which is majority of the film. The heartbreaking moment shared with a fellow companion in the horrible ice freezer, and even the idea of a parent being disappointed in you and giving you the silent treatment will tug at your heartstrings. The ice freezer sequence and possibly life just fading away is effectively communicated by the actor-director duo, making it especially interesting for those who have not seen the original film. I can only recommend this movie and its performances for those who are not privy to the original Malayalam film, which of course is not the case for a lot of people over here because many subscribers and viewers on this channel are well versed with Malayalam films. Credit where credit is due to the director and the cast to create an effective and faithful remake, but I think it's closing days for the remake era because the audience isn't as isolated and unaware as it once was just a few years ago. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about Mili. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.